Well, good morning. Happy Tuesday. TikTok. That was yesterday, right? TikTok day, not the actual social media, but ticking away at the end of the year. Here we are on December 30th. Have you made your New Year's plans? We talked about that yesterday, New Year's resolutions. And one of them, a lot of people said, was to read more. Well, ironic. We have a book, actually, a couple of books that we're going to talk about today that I think you're going to want to have in your library. Super excited to bring back on my show our dear friends, Kelley and Gordon Montgomery. They both got up early this morning. We're going to talk about one book that I hope you have for your kids. It's a series, and Kelley just came out with the second in the series, and I'm hoping at some point live we get to see their adorable bulldog. We also are going to talk about an anthology and where this dream came from, with Kelley wanting to get together 35 very inspirational women, and you're going to know a lot of these names and faces, and we'll give you a little sneak peek at some of their stories, and a book that's coming out on January 5th, an opportunity for you. This is really cool for you to make it a bestseller. We'll tell you how that is all going to take place. So yes, as you're signing on, good morning. Say hello to your community as you're popping on this morning. I do want to let you know that it's not going to be as crazy windy as we've been seeing over the last couple of days. I had clients come to personal train last night, and they're like, your deer and your all your decorations are everywhere. I'm like, I know, just leave them on the ground. Just leave them there, and we'll come and get them at some point. I was hoping that they didn't end up in the neighbor's yard. So this is looking a little bit better. So here's what's on tap today. 35, partly sunny, down to about 28 tonight. Tomorrow, warming up to 43. Thursday, New Year, we're bringing it in with 38 degrees and down into the 29 degree, 28 area. 44, though, warming up as we head into the weekend. It's going to be much nicer. So 44, 42, and then 49 by Sunday. The lows are pretty much, again, staying where we would be average right now. These are the average temperatures that Beckett Moore, our aspiring meteorologist, has told us this is what we should be seeing. Not 19 and also not 80 degrees. We get into next week and pretty much the same. Upper 40s for Monday, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, you are in the low 40s. So we're settling into what we'd expect. And the great thing is we are not talking about snow. Shouldn't even say it. No snow through the next couple of days as we wrap up 25 and we get into 2026. All right. Just a handful of stories in the news you can use today. For all of you that are in the state of Missouri, the minimum wage is going to $15 as several new state laws will be taking effect on Thursday. And again, this is good news for those of you that have kiddos and they're like, yeah, we're looking for that minimum wage to go up, up, up. It's the House Bill 567 that increased the statewide minimum wage to $15 an hour beginning on Thursday. That marks a significant change for hourly workers across the state, and it will affect employers who must adjust their payrolls to comply with the higher wage. Again, this is in Missouri. These bills were approved in 25 and again take effect or contain provisions that take effect at the start of the new year. So good news there. You know, I'm looking back and thinking when I was working and before, well, I was a waitress and a bartender for a good portion of my, I'd say 18, 19, and then into my early 20s. So we were making two something an hour and then hoping for someone giving us tips, right? But minimum wage back then was nowhere near $15. I know the cost of living is higher, but it's good to see this is going up. All right. You're going to need higher amounts because Starbucks, all of you that drink Starbucks coffee, I still don't get it. $9 for a cup of coffee. Just make it at home, folks. But they are closing about 400 locations. Interesting to hear this because we're hearing about small businesses that are trying to keep their doors open, but you might start seeing fewer Starbucks shops around. Decades of constant growth, now the chain's shrinking its presence in major U.S. cities. They plan to close about 400 locations, mainly in the large metropolitan areas. They've already closed dozens, by the way, 42 shops in New York City alone. So if there's a particular Starbucks that you go to right now in the St. Louis, Missouri, or over in the Southern Illinois area, and suddenly it is closed, just a heads up for you, this means they are part of the 400 that we are seeing slashed. Also, American Airlines, this is the good news. So we see things slashed and then we see things added. They're actually adding more flights between the St. Louis and Chicago area. They're adding up to 2 daily flights, I'm hearing, between St. Louis Louis and O'Hare International starting in February. That means that the airline will have 7 daily flights between St. Louis and O'Hare. And again, that's good for those of you that are just regular travelers or for those of you that do it for business. All right, let's get into some entertainment news. As if we didn't think this was going to happen. BB, or they call her Bebe, right? Bebe, now it's BB, Beyonce billionaire. That's according to Forbes. She has now hit that status. Crazy. She's the fifth musician, by the way, to reach that milestone. Who are the others? Well, her husband, Jay-Z. Wow. Taylor Swift, Bruce Springsteen, and Rihanna. Those five are among 22 billionaire entertainers that Forbes has identified. So congratulations, not just Beyonce, but now they've got two in the family. I'm very happy to see this. You know, I covered sports for about 12 years and I got to know this incredible athlete. Now you'll get a chance to see him more. UFL named Rams legend Ricky Proehl as the Battlehawks' new head coach. I'm loving this. So they said Ricky is the perfect fit to step into the shoes of the head coach of the St. Louis Battlehawks. That's according to the president and the CEO of the UFL. Not only achieving greatness as the gridiron as a player and a coach, but he's deeply rooted right here in St. Louis, where, of course, he was a Super Bowl champion with that catch right there. Will you remember that catch? The Rams. Yes, he made that game-winning touchdown for the 1999 NFC Championship against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, went on to help the team defeat the Tennessee Titans. That will go down as one of my absolute favorite things I ever covered in my career. All right, Ricky, we're looking forward to you. I was so hoping I was going to tell you that the Blues won last night. Nope, they couldn't pull it out. The Buffalo Sabres beat our Blues 4-2. Now tomorrow, the Blues travel to Colorado playing the Avalanche, and that will be an 8 o'clock start. All right, what's on tap for today? It is Bacon Day. I call that meat candy for men. National Bicarbonate of Soda Day and Falling Needles Family Fest Day. All right, how many of you had a real tree and you're still trying to pick up needles? I find them all over the place. I keep blaming it on Jim because he keeps shaking the garland from up above, and then you've got needles from the real tree everywhere. All right, there you go. See, it's very quick. There wasn't a whole heck of a lot. There's a lot of negative news out there. You know, that's not anything I'm ever going to bring you. So negative darkness that's in the world doesn't belong here, and it doesn't serve you. We like to give you the inspiration, the hope, the positivity, and we want you to share that like crazy so that you can send that all around the world to your family and to your friends. All right, good morning to all of you. Yes, I see you. Who popped on first? Christy. Christy's always there early beating y'all. Linda, Julie, Kathleen, Rose, I'll take these temperatures. Yes, exactly. Layla, good morning. Karen, good morning. Julie and Sean, for all of you that sign on, feel free to say hello to your community. When we come back, we're going to be talking about a couple of books. Now, I know you all, from the last 3 years of doing this show, one of the biggest things I know about my audience is you all love to read. And that's a good thing for my guest today, because we're going to talk about two books. One for the kiddos, right? You have kids, you have grandkids, nieces, nephews, godchildren like I do. They're going to love this. And then for those of you that are looking for even more inspiration, and for those of you that have been telling me, Monica, please finish your book. I know, I hear it. In fact, I put it on a napkin when we were in Italy on the plane. You know, a lot of successful people, they make their ideas on a cocktail napkin. And I was like, all right, Monica, manifest it, make it happen. And so I asked God for 3 words, and immediately one of them was write, one of them was teach, and one of them was speak. So whatever we want to grab from God in that, but one about the writing, to me, I very much took it as, all right, Monica, finish the book. Well, I have to thank my dear friend Kelley for nudging me a little bit and asking me to be a part of an anthology book that 35 women have opened up their hearts. Some of them, I've been reading some really cool stories of them saying, I'm a little scared. And, you know, that's a good thing, though. I tell you that the greatest rewards in life come from the most uncomfortable walk. So letting others read your stories, letting it out, finding your voice. And these women have done just that. We're going to talk about It's About Time. All right, that's the name of the book. Kelley's not only going to join me, but so is her wonderful husband. These are very dear friends of ours that I haven't seen, unfortunately, in a while. So it's time to rectify that as well. Spending more time with family and friends was a big New Year's resolution for a lot of you as well. I agree with that. We're going to visit with Kelley Lamm Montgomery and Gordon Montgomery when we return.
When you want to feel good, you work out at Crunch. You don't go here, because here feels bad. But here we help you feel good, feel strong, feel rejuvenated.
Join Crunch Fitness today.
And that's how you find us, by the way. If you don't know, we're on multiple platforms: Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, X, Rumble, LinkedIn, and Twitch. And I keep asking if there is a platform we're not on that you'd like for us to be on. Let me know that, and we'll continue to add that. We also have a podcast outside of the talk show that drops on Thursdays, the audio side. And that is always one of our favorite shows from the week that we drop on Thursdays at 8 a.m. So if there are topics or guests that you would like us to add, let us know that, and we will bring them on. Let's bring them on. Kelley and Gordon, how are you this morning?
Good morning. We're good. It's been a while since I saw the sunrise.
I just told them, oh my God,
Early
the
rising.
sun's going to be pretty. And she's like, I haven't seen a sunrise.
They say you're supposed to do that. Actually, we have a new clock that we got at the Christmas exchange where you rob the neighbor.
Yep.
And I've been wanting one of these alarm clocks that it makes look like the sun's coming up in the morning, and then little birds chirp, which is really annoying, by the way, to have birds. We used to have a woody woodpecker that would peck outside the house, and another one. And here's Olive.
Oh, hold on. Let me bring, oh my goodness. Hello.
She is never up before
She's
the
not
sun.
awake either.
And
Olive, wake up.
she made her way into here to say good morning. She's been walking around and finally made her way in. So there she is.
Love it. She woke up and was like, Mom, Dad, what are you doing? Come back to bed and cuddle with me. All right, for those of you that don't know, let's start with Olive. So Olive is their wonderful dog. So tell us the story of how you got Olive and how you ever decided to turn Olive into this wonderful children's book.
Sure. Well, we said we weren't going to get another dog when we lost Roxy. Dogs don't live long enough, and it is absolutely heartbreaking when they leave us. And so I said, no more. And what do? The next day, I pop onto Facebook, and there is just this absolutely adorable bulldog's picture. and there's a story about how they had to find a home for her. She has all these ailments, and so I thought maybe it was fake because, there's a lot of fake stuff out there, for dogs and that, especially one that cute. So I immediately privately messaged and I said, if this is true, I can hardly stand it. I want to meet her. And then in the meantime, I'd written this message begging to meet her. And I go into Gordon's office. I said, you've got to see this bulldog. Someone is trying to find a home for it. And he says, well, maybe you should reach out. I go, already did. We have an appointment to meet her. I think it was like on Wednesday. And of course, we went over there. And these two little boys had Gordon in a headlock within like 10 seconds of meeting this family on the ground, wrestling on him. And they don't even know us. So that was the life that Olive was leading, Monica, over at Lena and Matt's house, which are wonderful people, but they had two very, very ambitious, playful children that had her in constant stress.
Let's just put it this way. He's 8 years old and he's already like a wrestling champion at school.
Yeah.
So, oh my gosh. Amazing. Watch out, WWE.
Amazing kids, but she loves kids, and so she was constantly trying to protect them and be on top of them, and it was just causing her to be sick. So luckily,
luckily for you.
Luckily, we were able to take her home. They dropped her off to us the next day, and they were quite sad, of course. They loved her too, but knock on wood, she has been so happy, so healthy, and I think they're very good in their heart, knowing that she went to a home that, she's got it made.
She's a celebrity. She's got her own social media page. Pages.
Oh, yeah. Well, everyone makes fun of Louis because Louis is our little chocolate poodle, who he's asleep right there too, because he finally made a debut in this next book. He's finally in it, but Olive gets all the attention all the time. They're like, poor Lou. I call him Little Woozer.
Oh, no.
Poor Lou. But Olive's
like everybody loves Raymond,
Exactly. Right.
That's Louis. That's Louis. Exactly.
How old is Olive?
Pardon me?
How old is Olive?
She's 4. She'll be 5 this September, and I wish she was 2 when we got her, and I wish that she could stay just a puppy forever. But
right?
She
You know
seems
what? There's so many movies that have talked about how do you keep a puppy? Because who doesn't love a puppy? I mean, we don't like them peeing in the house and pooping in the house, but we just
yeah.
love how adorable they are. I can't believe she's already 5 because I remember meeting her and coming over to your house and her doing zoomies all over the place. She's so funny.
She has her moments, and then otherwise she
Chills.
rests a lot. She has
Folks,
triggered
if you're
bulldog.
just tuning hang on one second. If you're just tuning in again, Kelley and Gordon Montgomery, if you're like, what are you talking about? We're going to keep kind of panning over and showing. Olive is up with us. I had asked them last night if she can get up. I'd love to see her live. She'll probably sleep throughout the interview, which is fine, but we're going to talk about her success and what she's brought to so many children. Now, I looked at your website or her website,
Yes.
and there's bundles that you offer if people are looking for the books and looking for the plushies. But I looked and I think it's on back order. Is that right? Like are the plushies on back order?
I have only 3 left that I'm taking to the novel neighbor on Saturday for the story time that we're doing, which Olive loves to go. She just really brings so much joy. The plushies, that's a limited edition, which I have right here. So here's a limited edition of the plushie. The new ones will be in springtime. That she'll be wearing a Paw Academy t-shirt because she goes to school in the second book. So they'll be coming out. And then, of course, we had so much fun bringing to life the new lunch boxes. So here is the Oh Olive lunch box. You open it up and it's the retro look. Mary Tuttle's has a few of them. Imagination Toys has a few of them.
Right.
Imagination Toys actually does have about 3 or 4 plushies left as well. I had a few people reach out, and so I sent them to Imagination Toy over the holiday if they, wanted to not wait, of course. But Olive got afraid of a storm one night, and when she did that, that brought about Oh No, a Thunderstorm, which was the very first book, Oh No, a Thunderstorm. And then, the books are about overcoming fears, all of them. The third book will be Creatures in the Closet.
Oh.
And then the one that's just come out is Oh No, a Big Bad Bully. But of course, Olive is not the bully.
Of course not.
Yeah. But kids have fear over things that they don't understand, right? And when they see a child that looks different from them, they're fearful of it. And so Olive comes to find out that this other puppy at school isn't what she seemed. That she was terrified of and didn't want to go to school. She said she had a bellyache and couldn't go, and finds out that this other dog just wants to be friends. Tully is handicapped. And so once she finds out that the wheelchair is not a monster, then they become good friends. So for kids that are fearful of someone that might be different from them, it's not always as they seem. So we've come out with a coloring book as well, which the kids love, and there are pictures of Olive within there. And then, we just kind of keep, I guess, creating and cultivating new product. And I'll tell you, we knew we were on the right track. Poor Gordon, he gets lugged. He carries everything. He's the producer.
Oh,
He's everything
it's
to
the
help
grunt work.
move this along. But we were at Barnes and Nobles for a book signing, and this lady literally dropped to her knees and started crying. We didn't know if Olive had bit her. We didn't know what happened. We were terrified. Come to find out, she was going through a really rough time. And when she saw Olive, it made her break down. She wanted to hold her, pet her, hug her.
Aww.
And she said, "This is exactly what I needed in my life today. Thank you for having Olive here." So, and that's the kind of accidental joy that she
No, that's not accidental. That was God all over it. God is all over that story. You know that.
Kids and people just go crazy when they meet her, and we say it every day. She just brings such joy.
I remember one story too. There was a little girl, little baby that had a cochlear ear implant, and Olive just got down on her knees and just army crawled to the baby and didn't come up to her like real quick, and scare her, but gently army crawled to the baby, and we thought that was really
cool.
Yeah,
she knew that she had to be careful. And a little boy that was afraid of her, who hopped in his mom's lap, she gingerly just went to him and just put her head up on him to let him know that it's okay. it's amazing the instincts that
they have,
that
right?
you have towards people. So we've just had so much fun. But you were talking about in the beginning, you're changing squirrel, but you were talking about the word for the year. And when we talk about the things that are going on, and I know we're going to talk about the other book in the time that you have, self-care is my word this year. It's always, it's been patience. Gratitude was last year. Love was before that. I always have a word for the year. And sometimes in a busy schedule of producing these things and creating and being everywhere for everyone and places and, taking Olive, we love all that and we enjoy creating the magazines, that we have that go out. But sometimes in the midst of that we forget to take care of ourselves. And after the last couple of years, I think I really poured myself into all this creation after losing my mom. And then we lost my son-in-law and then just lost my brother in August. And there's been a lot of loss, which I know we all have that. And as we age, things tend to happen around us. And I just really want 2026 we have some vacations. We're doing a family trip to just kind of be able to breathe a little bit. Really take care of ourselves. Our gift to each other was a red light sauna, and find ways to really learn how to meditate and relax just a little bit, because the brain and the body can only take so much before it starts to break down. So I'm going to feel this year.
Well, we say that all the time, that you have to think about the people you hang around, get together with family and friends. I said it at the beginning. We have not seen each other in person in too long, way too long. And we've got to rectify that, because moments go by just like that. You don't know this, but we lost somebody very dear. We're going to the visitation tomorrow, someone within our family, very, very close. I don't want to say it on social media, but we will be going to that. And while it's devastating because she was taken from us so abruptly at the age of 39, very unexpected, but this is why we tell you to take care of your health. When someone says, hey, get to the doctor, I don't care whether you have children like she did, she had 3 kids, but here they are now without their mother because she didn't take the time to go and check. Why was she getting dizzy? Why was she, she had high blood pressure, but it's all these things. Of her comment was, I don't have time. When do I have time? I've got 3 kids. You got to make the time, folks, because again, life goes by just like that. So treasured memories. And again, gathering around. And when you do that, it's time spent together, wonderful memories. And one of the greatest memories is honestly, when you have a child and you're blessed with those children, reading to them. That's why I love this. And again, here's an opportunity for you. If you are just tuning in, we're going to take a quick break. We're talking about Oh Olive series, and the website, by the way, if you want to go to this and you can check out just how absolutely adorable Olive is, the Oh Olive, you can find out more about them, request a book signing. The media gallery's in there. You can see beautiful. Look at Olive, big heart, bigger wrinkles, one unforgettable dog. Again, they were talking about the magazines. So City Lifestyle, Clayton, Chesterfield, St. Charles County. That's when she was on the cover. We'll talk about what you will see in the more recent magazines and how, by the way, people can get those magazines. So if you're just tuning in, Kelley Lamm Montgomery, Gordon Montgomery, my guest. We're also going to talk about It's About Time. And I just absolutely love the name of the book and how many people say it's about time. Well, yeah, I know it's about time for a lot of inspiration. And we're going to get to more of that with Kelley and Gordon when we return. And I told you today we'd be giving away a 1-year membership to Crunch Fitness, one of our many sponsors that we have to thank for being a part of this show. We have Crunch, JG Optimal Wellness, Spas and More, Gradeworks LLC, Slyman Brothers Appliances, Defiance Ridge Vineyards, and Dot Fleshman Realty. We'll give that away for you coming up before the end of the show. So if you're not in the drawing, sorry, but we've been giving people opportunities month after month after month. This is it. This is the final 1-year membership that we'll be giving away. So good luck to all of you that have entered the drawing. Oh, she's so talented, and we are so thrilled that she designed and painted that gorgeous painting we have on our set. I need to get back to our set, by the way. It feels like I haven't been there in forever. Faithburger.com. You can find her on Instagram, faithburger.art, and the wonderful program that she is very big on, which is Canvas for Kids. Look for them on Instagram, Canvas for Kids 1. And speaking of Faith, she's one of the many 35 women that are in this book that we are now going to transition and talk about. If you just tuned in, we were talking about Olive and the Oh Olive series, again, about thunderstorms and bullying and wonderful messages. But we also are going to talk about It's About Time. Before we do that, I always want you all to be heard. So for those of you that have been signing on, good morning to all of you. Let's see. You look especially nice today. Hot date. Yes, I got a hot date with my husband that needs to wake up and give me a mimosa. Yes.
Yeah, he was supposed to be on today.
He was supposed to be with us.
I went down there before we went on and I said, you better get up and make an appearance because Gordon's on with Kelley. Let's see, Marietta, I've been seeing that book everywhere. I'm glad to see the mastermind behind it. I will definitely purchase it. All right, Marietta, thank you so much. And we're very big on being reciprocal. So Kelley and Gordon, you are going to love Marietta. Look into The Girl of Prayer, the journal book. You'll love her. So we'll reciprocate together for sure. Carrie, looking forward to getting the book, ladies. Christy said, I love bulldogs. Connie, Happy New Year. Be well, be blessed. You guys take such great care of Olive and Lou. Carrie says, we bought the first Olive book for our granddaughter for Christmas. Julie says, I love Novel Neighbor. Layla, what great insight you're teaching kids, Kelley and Gordon. I love that. Praying for you both. Yes, thank you, Marietta. Greatly appreciate that. So if you just tuned in, that's the beauty of the library of our shows. You can go, I would tell you to go and make sure that you are following us on YouTube because that's where all the 750 plus shows are. They go away, unfortunately, as soon as the show's over on Instagram. And then Facebook, Meta deletes them after 30 days. So be sure to check them out on YouTube. You can go back after the show and let us know. Or if you watch on replay later, you can ask questions or make comments and I'll make sure that Kelley and Gordon see those. Again, if people are wanting the Oh Olive books, where's the best way for that? Because I know you mentioned that you go to different book signings at different bookstores, but what's the easiest way for them to get them?
Sure. OHolivethebulldog.com, OH. So Oh Olive, as you see at the top of the book, OHolivethebulldog.com. Everything is on the site where you can order. And you also, if you want a signed copy, you can also register when you get the book there as well. Some of the stores, April's and that, we've signed a little bit ahead of time. Or like Kari, which we have the same last name, Montgomery, which is so cute, but we're not related. Met us at a cafe and we got to sign the book. And actually the illustrator, we were having breakfast that morning, so she got to sign it as well. Isabella is so talented. Love working with her. She's actually an art teacher at St. Clement. And she's just been such a ray of sunshine in my life, working together on creating all of the visuals for the Oh Olive book. So absolutely love her. But of course, OHolivethebulldog.com is the easiest way to order if you don't feel like driving somewhere and going to the store. But if you love to shop, then you've got several places that you can go to. And Faith, we love her too. She was actually on the cover of our magazine, a couple years ago or more, when she was starting out and getting really kind of moving her way. And we've become good friends since then. So
she's amazing for sure.
Well,
you were just
so talented.
Shout out to Kari Montgomery too. They own Canine Innovations, which is such great care of Olive. That's because we use gut health and the skin and coat. So that really helps her with
their product's fantastic if you have a dog.
So Kari, it's pronounced Kari?
Yes.
Kari. Well, Kari, thinking Canine Innovation started following us, I don't know, a couple of months ago. So love it. Thank you for watching for both of us, obviously. So we've been talking about that. And so I highly recommend that you go check that out. You were just looking at, again, the website, OHolivethebulldog.com, shopping there. When the plushies come back, those are very popular as well. So Oh No, a Thunderstorm, and then Oh No, a Big Bad Bully, and then look for more in the series. Okay. I'm going to get one for my great niece. She has a bulldog named Wallace. Very good, Stephanie. Well, thank you. Again, thank you for supporting my friends. Now we're going to transition. So because you're going through doing these, and if you don't know, that we talked a little bit about, obviously authors. They are also the owners of City Lifestyle Magazine, as I mentioned. They've been involved in radio and podcast host and real estate. Again, we're so similar. I think that's why we get along so well, is that we're like, what hat are we wearing today? So let's turn the hat now and let's talk about it's about time. So Kelley, when, by the way, did you have the idea to do this? And then bringing it to fruition, how did you pick the ladies that are involved?
Gosh, that's a, I'd been asked, like yourself, we get asked to be in someone's book and tell our story. And probably 15 years ago, when I lost everything, actually, I had owned the chocolate cafe, and things were really, really difficult for me. Someone had come to me who was a mentor and asked if I wanted to tell my story. I kind of started speaking. Seems like when you have trauma or tragedy, all of a sudden, you tell the world and you
Yep.
become a speaker to try to help other people not happen to
It's
them,
true.
I guess. I don't know.
Yep.
So I wrote Bittersweet in someone else's anthology, and it always been there. And then few people came to me, and again, so busy, so consumed with creating and doing things. I'm a storyteller. That's what we are, that we tell people's stories, whether it's, in a podcast, radio, or through our magazines. And then we were having wine. Wine does it every time. A couple glasses of wine, and
ideas come to fruition.
everything happened.
Liquid courage.
And so a friend of
We
mine,
can do this, and we
yeah.
can do that, and we can do this, and then we go, what? We can do what?
What? Yeah. And so we're sitting there, and over wine, and my friend says, you know all these wonderful people. Why don't you do this? I'm like, yeah, why don't I do this? Gordon goes, hey, and you know what we'll do? We'll do an interview of all the women that you choose, and I'll put a QR code with them. So it's even more than just reading their chapter. They're going to be able to go onto their QR code and actually meet the women behind the book. I'm like, yeah, that's a great idea. High five, drink some more wine. So by the next day, which was over a year ago, I started, putting a list together, which I reached out to you. I reached out to several brilliant ladies who are in different career paths, different lifestyles. Some said that, in fact, Faith was one of them that said, I'm so sorry, I'm just too busy. And then about a month or two went by, and she goes, oh my gosh, is there any chance I can be a part of it? I made a bad decision. It was just a bad day, that I said that. I said, of course. So I said, but your deadline's short, so, get it back. And so anyway, from there, people like Faith and Randy Naughton, your friend from Channel 2, Laura Hedeker, Channel 4, a retired a retired nurse, who's reading retirement now, my good friend, to, oh my gosh, Yolanda Langford, so many brilliant, women in different businesses. And
Susie.
so Susie Bush, Susie Transo, or Bush Transo, that owns Hearth and Soul. And so just really different walks of life. I'm sure there's some that said they didn't have the time that are kicking themselves now, but
beautiful Grace Strobel.
Yes, Grace.
Oh, I love great. So the thing is, looking at these ladies, honestly, there's maybe only 4 or 5 that haven't been on the show that have had an opportunity to tell some of their story. But
Yeah.
I'm very interested to see what part they chose for their actual chapter. So yes, you just mentioned, I've known Randy for a long time, and I look forward to seeing what her story is. I know it's like, Thanks Dad. Is that the name of hers? Yeah. So some of these, kind of I don't want to give it away, but can you drop in some examples of maybe the up and down? Some of them, are they gut wrenching? Some of them, are they humorous? Is it run the gamut?
When we did the interviews, there was actually some ladies that, because we did the interviews quite some time ago to get those going, because that was going to take a while for Gordon to get those together and get the QR codes and the production of it. It was so nice. We were at La Vilo Inn there in St. Charles. They did let us use their bed and breakfast. We were there for 2 days interviewing 35 women. So it was quite incredible. And what I found that was really amazing, I see Audra's name. Audra is one of the authors in the book as well, and writes for us now with the magazine, does some writing. But sorry, got squirreled seeing the names to the side there. But what happened was, when we were doing the interviews, we were quite surprised, because they were all very circled around spiritual and faith-based, which I did not pick the women knowing if they were faith-based or not, just knowing them and loving them for who they are. There's really different reasons, different seasons why these women are here. Some I've met, some I've encountered by either being interviewed by them or knowing them. Some are good friends, having our magazine. There's so many reasons why I know these people. So hearing their story, I don't know if you can hear Olive, but she was snoring at high gear right to the side of me. I mean, it is intensely loud. But some of them, which Oasis Pools, Nicole Newkirk, this beautiful woman who is in our magazine. You look at people and you never think that maybe they have gone through something horrific or difficult.
What they've overcome.
And her story really was a wow factor because she's just beautifully put together, runs this very successful business, and she had a very traumatic time in her life. And there are a few of those that just really threw me back thinking, wow, you just don't realize what people go through. And everyone had a story, either loss. Some were, and in Randy's case, her dad, thanking her dad because she was one of the only women in sports news. Right. And if it weren't for him, she may have never taken that path and led her to where she is today. So, gosh, just even Laura, all the no's that Laura Hedeker received should have set her back, kept her home in her little small town, and she refused to let the no's keep her down. And so I think that a lot of times we look at people and we see them where they are, and we think they have this incredibly easy, eventful life. And many of us have gone through struggles that have set us way back and taken us down to the ground to make us feel like we're not going to be able to get back up. I was down on my knees at the time of my life when it was in turmoil. Why is this happening to me? Yeah. I didn't want to go on, to be honest. I felt like if it weren't for having my two daughters, I'm not sure where I'd be, because I just felt so hopeless and out of sorts from the trauma. And so you got to go to bed and wake up the next day and have faith and know that there's a reason you're going through it. You don't know why, but keep going, because you're going to end up touching someone's life somewhere along the line, whether it be one person or many persons, and make such an impact that you don't realize that changes their life for the better. So everyone has something to offer to give back.
They just don't see it in the moment. They don't see it in the moment, right? They feel so lost. And for those of you that are watching this morning, and we've had some gut-wrenching stories in the last few years, there's a line, by the way, I want you to call if you're in that moment right now, 988. Someone will be there. They'll pick up the phone. Talk to them, open up your heart, be willing to say what you're going through. You're not alone. There are so many people. Kelley just said it. How many people have we had on this show that have said, in that moment, I didn't see any reason for me to be here any longer. And I felt that the people around me would be better, or I'm in financial stress. I've lost everything. I don't have a job. I don't have, or sometimes they're in relationships where they're in a massive abuse and they can't see their way out of it. So many stories like this. But why are we storytellers? Because we know that there's inspiration you can pull from that. Suddenly you hear yourself in that story and say, well, wait a minute, they got out of it. There is that next page that you're going to turn, and all of a sudden the chapter changes. And let go and let God, right? So when you're down on your knees and you are just so drenched in tears and not believing that there's any way to turn that story around, suddenly you say, God, take it from me. And if you believe and you go hand in hand with him, let him take it and he will turn it around. Some of you will ask, though, why? What kind of a God, right? We've talked about this before. What kind of a God would let me go through that, though? God has so many teaching tools, and we don't know until we go and meet the master. Why did we go through that? And at some point, maybe you'll be able to say,
you know what? We go through that because that's what makes us grow.
Absolutely.
It's our learning experience. Kelley was saying going through it, and I like to say growing through it. Were you going through it or growing through it? And when
doesn't feel like growing while you're there, though.
But when you go back and look at it, you learn that all of those things that you went through only made you stronger to get to a point to be able to do more that God has expected for you.
Yeah. He does. And again, he's got, a lot of you that are questioning faith. It's a good thing, right? Go ahead, question, be intrigued by it, find where you belong. And I really love saying that because we all can look at the foundation, or maybe you didn't have the foundation. Maybe you're finding it for the first time, but it's just to be intrigued by it. And Bible studies have become so big. I love, by the way, Gordon has actually reached out, and surprise, surprise, Jim just walked in. So come here, Jim.
There he is. Glad
Come
you
here.
can make
He's
it.
in his robe and he threw a hat on. Come here. You got to make an appearance. I'm
Hey,
going to turn the camera to you if you don't get over
be
here.
flashing us in that room.
No, get over here. They want to see
Here,
you.
Jim. Where you at, buddy?
You better say hello.
Where are you?
There he is.
I'm back over here now.
Oh my God.
Good morning. Oh, that was a
I
quickie.
told Kelley you would do this. So Kelley and I were talking about the guys getting up and doing the show with us. And she's like, that'd be fun. Let's like end 2025 and bring in 2026. And I'm like, Gordon will do it. Jim will continue to sleep. And sure enough, he was. He at least got out of bed for you. He said it behind the scenes.
I don't do the camera business.
Yeah, we were talking about grunt work earlier. The men doing all, but we couldn't do it without our guys, right? Okay, we're going to talk more about this. So it's about time. Again, if you have any comments or any questions, or did we say something that really resonated with you? Are you struggling in life right now? Again, this book will help lift you up. So we're going to go through the launch of it, how you can help make it a bestseller. Again, what January 5th is all about. That's a big day. So I want you to take a big red marker. If you have a physical camera, a physical calendar, put a red mark around January 5th. And then if not, put it in your phone right now, which is where most of your calendars are. And we'll let you know what big things are planned on January 5th. All right. Don't go anywhere. More with Kelley and Gordon when we return.
Thank you. 600. Take it out in that year. We want it right there. 25, 25, 25, 25. Wait, it's a big money tonight. We're going to keep going. Let's go 5. Who wants to go? Sold for $2,000. I love this about don't you? They're 12. 886. Look, it is getting hot here. Where's Nellie? $8,500. I need 86. 86. 85 is what she has it at. 86. 85. 85 going once. 8,500 going twice. 8,600 he says. She's like, come on, go fast. 87. I need 87. Lift it up. Let's do this. 87. 86. All right, we're going to do it again. $8,600 going once. Does anybody believe the game is done? I didn't think so. I didn't think so either. 87. How about 88? 8,800. She has it for 87. We're going to do it again. 87 going once. Oh, look at this. He put it down. He might have it. 8,700 going twice to her. She's got it for $8,700. We're going to 64. He's talking to his buddies. They 64? Oh, he said, I think unless somebody else wants to jump in the game over here. 63, we're looking for 64. I'm going to go 63 once. Do you think the girls have it, or are the guys going to steal it away? 63 twice. They say the girls have it. 63 twice. The girls have it! Congratulations. I can feel it. Yep. All right, $1,900. He's like, nope, make it work for it. How about 2,000? Keep talking. He says yes. He says yes. You want to have a game? Yes. Invite us all over for Super Bowl and have that sound bar. Twice. All right, that was it. Congratulations. Right there, $10,000. Make sure that I say your number. 178 at the $2,500 level. Who else can give the $2,500? Let's hope these babies out.
Well, one of my favorite things to do right there, MC, auctioneer, motivational speaking. I had somebody reach out to me on our website, therealmonicaadams.com, and said, can you come and help us raise some big money? Yes. So reach out to me. My email, by the way, is info at therealmonicaadams.com. I'll put it up on the screen. That is for topics, guests, sponsors, mobile Monicas, however you would like to be a part of the show. But if we can help you going into 2026, I am booked on multiple weekends from January through April, but there are some that are open. So if you've got an event coming up, let me know. I would love, one of the biggest things I love to do is help raise money for these incredible nonprofits that exist in our area. All right, it is 7:45. Welcome back. If you're just tuning in, you've missed a lot of fun and you've missed us talking about books, many books that you can get in your library. We'll give you the full recap at the end. My guest today, Kelley Lamm Montgomery and Gordon Montgomery. Again, multiple things that they do. And we've been talking about the latest book, which is coming out on January 5th. That's the big launch day. So tell us the importance of what my community can do for us.
Sure, absolutely. So It's About Time is pivotal moments, powerful voices, and unforgettable truths. It is an anthology of stories of 35 dynamic women in different levels of life, ages, and so forth. And so what's wonderful is January 5th is the day that It's About Time launches. So what's so important about that is if you go to Amazon, and you can just type in It's About Time, put my name, put anthology, it's going to pop up. We do have a link that can take you straight there. Unfortunately, it's not live until the book goes live to be able to share it, but you can find it quite easy. Monica, who is one of the beautiful authors within the book, shares her story as well, and looking forward to her doing a book as well. So with that, what happens is, it's like anything, the algorithms, the magic of the internet. When you go in and you purchase that ebook, which will only be $2.99 on launch date, that's the cheapest amount that Amazon will allow me to have it for. You could go on, purchase the ebook, then you can keep it always. You can purchase a paperback or a hard cover, which is absolutely gorgeous. And with that, the sales all coming in on that first day through the first 5 days. The first is the most important. Then the 5 days can help win earn, I should say, a bestseller badge. I mean, who doesn't want to have a bestseller badge on their book? And it's all about who wants to read it. It's like a popularity vote, right? But we would love to make this book truly stand out, stay at the top of the charts, like Beyonce, I guess, there. And unfortunately, you don't make billions on a book.
I was just going to say, we're not billionaires.
Yeah, not going to be a billionaire off of this, but it helps it to reach that badge. So all of these women, that's when I say I'm a storyteller that really actually helps other people shine. When we tell stories in our magazine or on our show or within the pages of the book, even Olive shines from our children's book, which allows other people to feel good and joyful. So it's really about shining the light on other people. That's what we do to share their stories. So these stories are very, very
uplifting.
Yes, inspiring. And that's what we hope, that someone will read it and say, I'm going to be okay.
Yes.
I can get through this too. And yours is The Awakening.
The Awakening.
That is your story.
What chapter is that?
What chapter is it? I don't actually have a number on the chapter to make it. They're all, it's alphabetical.
Okay,
so if you happen to have an A in your name, you're going to go first. You're in the middle. You're an M. So I didn't try to put anybody first, second, or third. I just put it by first name, alphabetical, so that nobody's taking preference over someone else, in the book. I want to mention the beautiful cover. I met everything happens just so accidentally. Megan Wilson, she is the designer of the beautiful Lavilo Inn. I happened to meet her accidentally she was an illustrator in someone else's children's book, happened to be the designer for the Lavilo Inn in Frenchtown. And all of a sudden, when we're at the meeting at Lavilo Inn, she says, "Oh, you wrote a children's book. My friend wrote a children's book, which her name is Megan Rogers." She brings out the children's book, and Megan Wilson. I'm like, Megan Wilson is your design, and just all. That's how things, just kind of all come together. Yeah. And so I reached out to her because she's an artist and she's a teacher, if she'd be interested in being in the book. And then I said, better yet, I'd love if you'd be the artist.
Yep.
So she is the one who it took a while because I had this vision of what I wanted and I wanted it to come to life. And And she did. And so that cover, thank you to Megan Wilson for
It's
actually
beautiful.
drawing this. Rodney, actually, who is my graphic designer and book layout, he has helped me with all of my Oh Olive. And he also is behind the scenes who brought this book to life. And I'll never forget when he emailed me the PDF when we were finally working on the layout. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is exactly what I wanted. The only thing that kind of sometimes, Amazon or Ingram Spark, which is the publishing house where the book is, sometimes you're supposed to see the logo through there, and this one didn't come out quite as dark. So sometimes the printing press doesn't make me happy. But out of my control. But anyway, it made me cry when it came through.
See, I was just going to ask that. I figured that once you saw it and put it in your hands, and then there it is in front of you, that I bet
I
you
was
had
trembling.
tears.
He brought the box inside. I'm like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. And
It's
so
here. It's one of your babies.
yeah, she's the illustrator right there. And as you can see, there's a QR code down at the bottom. So
Yes.
when you scan that, it's really wonderful because you can go in and actually hear, the words of each author. And you were out of town getting ready to do a show somewhere, and were you? No, you actually got to the place. You weren't in the car.
No, we were inside of a wine barrel. For those of you
Yes.
that remember, we were in Fredericksburg, Texas,
Yeah.
and she had this all set up. I'm like, oh, I hate that I can't be there in person, but let's do this together. And then when I came to her on screen, she's like, where are you? I'm like, inside of a wine barrel.
So which was really cool. I know Randy, even she had just got her hair done and then got caught in the rain from getting her hair done, and she was drenched by the time she came on camera and her hair was dry. She says, you just got to do it. You got to
be real, right?
More real. She was so real. It didn't bother her at all. She's like, whatever.
Yeah, it is. See, you have to. Well, I tell you what, you become more endearing the more real and authentic you are, by the way. Let me ask this, because I have to thank Gordon for getting up.
Too.
Huh?
I think the older you get, a little more authentic.
You have more wisdom. It's very true. Let me ask Gordon. So Gordon, with you going through the process, and I love the fact that you came up with the idea of the QR code, because again, it's very interactive. You all can get these people that you love, that inspire you, and then, go onto the QR code and then suddenly pause as you're reading and then watch the interview that Kelley did with all of these wonderful women. Gordon, what are you most proud of going through this process for yourself, you two together as a couple, but also to Kelley for having this dream?
Oh, well, I'm always proud of her. I mean, my gosh, she's made me a different man. So honestly, when you look at marriages and how relationships work, you always see a good man. You better look for the woman behind him, because that's the reason he's where he's at. So yeah. So what's watching her be successful and everything she does. I mean, she's her work ethic is incredible. When you see that, it's like, I can't even hold a tenth of what she does. I mean, it's incredible. It's incredible to see her work ethic, and then just see how it pays off at the end.
But she couldn't do it without you being by her side.
He doesn't mean money. I don't think.
I haven't seen it. No.
Fashion projects are expensive.
Yeah. No, I mean, it does pay off, and it pays off for other people too as well. When you see
it pays off for everyone, but it pays off for you two as a couple as well. You get to work hand in hand with each other. Jim literally, I mean, again, he's still over here in the corner. Jim watches.
In the corner.
Jim's in the corner. He said, Jim watches what you guys do and knows that this is what's coming for him when he retires. People keep asking him, what are you going to do in March of 27 when you retire? And he keeps pointing to me and he goes, that's my boss right there.
Yeah, Jim, get your sleep while you can, buddy. So
he said he is.
Monica, you're in the same place where you met the love of your life, and I, I was married before. I have two beautiful daughters. Went through the trials, and I don't know. You're not getting into that, marriage. We're friends now, but or he's like an uncle I tolerate. but I knew the minute I met Gordon, it was like my soul connected. Yep. And it was many years later. I'd been single for 11 years, and I felt his heart. You just know, and the heart within him. He may be a changed man, and he's an incredible, he's an incredible salesperson, incredible creator. He's so brilliantly with his mind, but it's the heart. It was so genuine. It's so giving. The way he treats me, the respect that he gives me is, it's
This book is fitting because she finally said that about me. I think it's about time that I finally realized what a great woman she was.
My prologue,
because I wasn't the easiest.
I didn't actually give. I wrote the prologue, and it's when love happened. And I think that when you find love, whether it's in a relationship, with your work, with your passion, with your creativity, whatever it is, when you actually really know what love feels like, that's when everything changes in your life, and you are able to be the best person that you can be. And my dedication to this book, was the greatest gifts of my life to my daughters, who bravery and strength continue to inspire me. Your courage to rise through every challenge, pursue your path with grace, fills my heart with pride. To my husband, whose unwavering love has been my anchor and light. To the brave women who shared their stories in these pages, thank you for your vulnerability and truth. And to the many women who shaped my journey with their wisdom, friendship, and guidance, this book carries a piece of each of you. I can remember when a woman asked if I needed some money to help me buy groceries when I was in a time of need. There was a time in my life, and anybody that's watching this, there was 6 months of my life that I didn't know how I was going to make it. I have a family. I do. My family wasn't desolate. I come from a family that, did have things, but I'm still a grown woman. I can't expect my family, to pay my way. And it was very difficult. And I actually had food stamps for 6 months of my life when I moved my daughters from a very large home to what they called the bungalow. And I didn't know what I was going to do. I had lost everything in 2008 to the crash. So I had to rebuild my life. I ended up, 5 years later, built a brand new home for my daughter and I to move in, a savings. And you can come from your knees on the ground and wondering why, from abuse, being broke, and you can make it if you just have faith and keep going and just be a good human.
Yep.
You can
Be a good human, be kind. It's what we
now,
always say. I'm going to say it here in just a little bit. That is the greatest thing, right? So kindness. I mean, if she was a horrible human being, nobody would want to help her out. But God was there, surround you with good people. You mentioned it earlier about what the two of you have brought out in each other. I knew you both separately, right? I knew Gordon with somebody else that was a friend of mine. I knew Kelley throughout media, but it's the growth within, and when you are with the right person, it is like fireworks of what you can bring out in each other. So trust me, neither one of you would be who you are without that wonderful person sitting next to you. That support system allows you to ignite your passion, allows you to grow within and to do the things. And again, although there's Gordon saying, look at the work ethic, you both have it. And the great thing is that you're there to lean on each other. And if it ever feels like too much, then you check each other and say, hey, we got to slow it down a little bit. But I love the fact that you get to do this together, that you work hand in hand.
I do want to make sure, though, that we preference, though, we are very lucky to have each other. You're very lucky to have Jim. But I want to make sure that any woman or man that might be out there that doesn't have a love life or that partner, that person, you can still make it. You can still achieve. You can still get your life back. That it doesn't mean you have to have this perfect love of your life. You have to find a way to love yourself. Find a support system where it's either maybe a safe place, a creation, whatever it is. Find something that fills your soul. It may not be. I don't want someone to think you have to have another person to make it in life. I want you to know that you find that creation, that support, God, faith, whatever you have, so that you can create. You can have love in your life.
You can, but we always say you can't
have someone. They're alone or they're lost. That's not true.
No, it doesn't have to be a romantic love, but
Yes.
love, my biggest thing in my life coaching has to do with loving yourself, looking in the mirror
Yes.
10 times, saying something kind about yourself, finding self-love, because if you don't love yourself, there's no way you can authentically love those around you, but you've got to find your way to that. I also, though, don't want you to think that you're alone, because it could be that you go and find through a community, or you go to and you find a church group, you find somebody at the gym. We're getting ready to make New Year's resolutions, right? There are friends out there for you. And And so friends and family, some of the greatest loves before you maybe are blessed to find the true romantic love of your life. But until that happens, please don't sit alone. Please don't sit isolated. There are tons of people out there who want you. They are literally just holding out their hand, asking you to come out with them, go for a walk with them, do something that, again, warms your heart. Again, that self-love, physical, mental, spiritual love, the faith love. We're just trying to pull it all together for you as we get ready to wrap up here of 2025. Let me go back real quick before we wrap up to some of the comments. Layla said, back in the day, the chocolate cafe.
Yes.
Mary Beth Marshall, we love you. Love having you a part of the show. She said, I love Kelley and Gordon. Audra, who, yes, again, has been on the show and is now with Kelley and Gordon with City Lifestyle. She said, good morning to all of you. Olive needs to make a celebrity appearance on Barking Baker. Okay, let's make it happen. You know how much I love that segment. Okay, so we have Barking Baker that we started over the last year. We got to make this happen. Have her own healthy treats, which I'm sure Kelley has already thought of. I'm honored to be a contributing author to It's About Time alongside the other amazing women. Everyone get the book. You'll be inspired. Thank you, Kelley, for bringing all these stories together in a book. And hi, Gordon. Terry says, my son has a bulldog. He's so sweet. His name is Gus. He's such a sweet boy. I tell everyone he's my grand dog. Leela says, you don't know what people are going through. That's right. That's why I always ask you to get out of your own way and just offer some kind of kind word to someone. Kathleen, looking forward to getting the book. Candy, good morning. Kari, power couple. Jamie, great show. Blessed to know and love you all. There we go. Jamie Rath, we absolutely love you as well.
Hi, Jamie.
Well, one more time, let's do our recap. So if you are just tuning in, you've missed an incredible hour. We've been talking about books that I want you to get as you are all making resolutions to read more in the new year. Kelley and Gordon are holding the book, so we want you to look into. So again, you can go online to get the Oh Olive books, oholivethebulldog.com. Also follow Kelley and Gordon, by the way, online, because they can always let you know if they're going to be going to a particular book signing, etc. But support Olive, and there's so many things you can get when those plushies come back. Be sure to get one of those, the coloring book, the wonderful lunch box. You can help support the mission of kindness and teaching these young kids, again, wonderful messages. So the Oh Olive, and then It's About Time that we've been talking about. January 5th, the big launch date. Again, Amazon giving Kelley the opportunity for you to get it, if you want, in an ebook for $2.99 on January 5th. 35 incredible women telling their stories, and I am blessed to be a part of them. I can't wait for you to read these stories and to get inspired. So January 5th, you'll be seeing a lot. So that's why I tell you to follow Kelley, follow Gordon. Be sure you're following me. We'll be posting a lot of stuff here over the coming days to make sure that you know. If not, if you're a person like me where you actually like to hold a physical book, I get it. Then you can get the hard copy. You can get the soft copy. I'm so excited. And then we're all going to celebrate together. We've got a party coming up next week as well.
I want to make sure that we mention that a portion of the proceeds will go to the Lydia's house. I always said when I lost everything, I would never do anything that doesn't give back in some way. So Make-A-Wish Foundation was a recipient of Oh Olive series, and Lydia's House, which helps women who need a safe place and to get back on their feet again. So Karen Kirk will be at our launch party as well, so people get to meet her, but it's a wonderful organization.
All right, everybody. So you know these books to get. And again, ideally, don't pre-order the book. Get it on January 5th and moving forward. And then do us a favor, write a review. Again, tell us what really lit you up. What gave you that aha? What helped you move forward? Because that's what this is all about. It's About Time and the Oh Olive the Bulldog series. Olive, thank you for getting up early.
She's sound asleep still, but kind of up.
All right, my friends, thank you. And look, they're cheersing. Jim, where's I asked him to bring my champagne up and he didn't.
Happy New Year. You have to drink.
Oh, I did. That's okay.
All right. Cheers and
Come
Happy
back on
New
and
Year.
cheers them.
I don't have anything to cheer them with, but Happy New Year, guys. Happy New Year.
Cheers. We love you both. Happy
All right.
New Year.
Love you both. We need to get together very soon. So let's make that happen.
Absolutely.
All right, all of you, don't go anywhere. We've got Jesus Calling Us, and we always end with our devotional. Mama says, so cute. Kindness is love. Thank you. Great show. Thank you. Marietta said, great show as well. Don't go anywhere. We've got that, and we'll tell you about these mobile Monicas that are coming up in January and February. Don't go anywhere.
Thanks, Monica.
Thankful to Monica for having me on the show here today. I just love having the opportunity to try and help other people. There are a lot of people in my life that were there for me in my time of need, and that was important for me today to talk to Monica about that. You know, you can get low and then work yourself back up to where you want to be, and people around you can help you do that. Surround yourself with the right people. That's what Monica tries to do here with this show. In fact, I know that's what she wants to do, is she wants people that are like-minded to help each other, to point each other in the right direction, to lift each other up, not put each other down. It was amazing for me to sit in here and talk with Monica, and hopefully it helps somebody along the way. I know that every show that she puts on is fantastic. It's worth your while to be tuning in every single day. Don't worry about some of the negativity around the world, whether it's on TV and this, that, the other. Tune in here to Monica and let her tell her story as well as her guests tell their story. There's always something that you can get from somebody else. And if you pick up just one little thing that helps you, that makes this a success. And that is why I'm here with Monica today.
Well, absolutely love Jamie Rivers and all of the wonderful athletes we've had on the show. We're looking for those best of shows, right? So we always are looking for you to tell us, what have you loved? Who has really inspired you? Jamie, thank you for being a part of the show. Speaking of best of, that's what we're going to do tomorrow and on Thursday. So our best of shows will take place on New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, by the way. I sent a text to Zach last night asking him who he had planned for tomorrow. I can't for the life of me remember, so it'll be a surprise for all of us because he didn't respond last night. But I do know on New Year's Day, it's my dear friend Todd Michaels. So we'll talk about his entertainment career. That man has done so many things. He came in from Vegas to be a part of the show. So it will light you up. It will allow you to know a little bit more about me, and we're sharing our friendship, and then talk about his music career and what he has planned for 2026. So look for that on New Year's Day. All right, before we get into our mobile Monicas, Jesus Calling for Christmas. We're still in the season, right? Those who wait upon me will gain new strength. Spending time alone with me is so good for you, but it is increasingly countercultural. Multitasking, staying busy, that's become the norm, right? During the Advent season, there are even more things to be done, places to go, right? We're getting ready to go into New Year's Eve celebrations tomorrow. So I encourage you to break free from the activity and the demands for just a little while, right? Seek my face, enjoy my presence. Remember that this Christmas season is all about God. Waiting upon me is an act of faith, trusting that prayer really does make a difference. We talked about finding faith. Come to me with your weariness, your burdens, being candid and real with me. Rest in my presence. Tell me about your concerns. Let me lift the burdens from your aching shoulders. This is Jesus calling to you. Trust that I'm able to do exceedingly abundantly above all you ask or think. As you arise from these quiet moments, hear me whispering, I am with you throughout the day, and rejoice in the new strength you have gained through spending time with me. Yet those who wait for the Lord will gain new strength. They will mount up with wings like eagles. They will run and not get tired. They will walk and not come weary. That's Isaiah 40, verse 31. When you said, seek my face, my heart said to you, your face, Lord, I will seek. Psalm 27, verse 8. And come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. I love that. That's Matthew 11, verse 28. Now to him who is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all that we ask or think, according to the power that works in us. Ephesians 3, verse 20. And what a beautiful picture to show, by the way. I don't want that snow, but what a beautiful picture to show for sure. Well, this is it. This is our last show, live show, I should say, of 2025. Tomorrow, one of our best of, and Thursday as we kick off New Year's Day. I promise to give away a Crunch Fitness 1-year membership before we wrapped up the show today. So for all of you that registered, all of you that wanted to be a part of this, congratulations to those that have already won. Our winners have been Michael Gray, Cindra Smith, Julie Fabian, Abby Stahlschmidt, Terry Toxstein had one, couldn't take advantage of it, so Abby got in there, Jennifer Bonacorsi, Annette Johnson, and then yesterday, or 2 days ago, sorry, Melissa McDonald was one of the winners. So drum roll, please. Okay, the winner of our final annual Crunch Fitness giveaway is, I'm going to pick, let's see, how about 11? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It is Sherry Lowe. Sherry Lowe, congratulations. I will be reaching out to you and letting you know how you get hooked up to get your physical life back. Sherry, congratulations. All right. These wonderful mobile Monicas that are coming up. First and foremost, if you want to be a part of our Vault Makeover show, it is January 14th, 8 a.m. So we have Sally Drake and Jenny Gabriel that are going to be some of the makeover models for the day. What does that mean? It simply means you need to be available for me on January 14th. So would you like to be a part of this? I mean, who wouldn't love to just have people fawn all over them, pick some really incredible outfits that allow you to get out of your comfort zone. That's the thing I always tell everybody. Let them pick what they see on you. So we have room for 2, maybe 3 more models for that day. Reach out to me ASAP so I can get you involved. info@therealmonicaadams.com, or you can drop a comment in right now if you would like to. The Vault Luxury Resale located in Brentwood, January 14th. Then in February on the 10th at 4 p.m., we will be highlighting Apricot Lane Boutique. The wonderful Monica, her name is Monica Lynn, by the way. She owns Apricot Lane. And this is just a little sneak peek when I had a chance to go in and shop. And boy, did I. Everybody loved what they got from Apricot Lane, including these beautiful bracelets, by the way, and the mission of the bracelets, where a portion of the proceeds help women and young girls that are unfortunately, victims of human trafficking. We will actually sit down with Monica on January 26th to tell her story. I love the backstories, right? My big mission is that, yes, it's fun to do the show and tell. Yes, it's fun to have, the good time shopping and the restaurants and all that. But I love to know the people behind it. What did they go through to ever become successful? What did they overcome? What was their walk of life before? So Monica will come on the show with us on January 26th and let us know that. All right. Mama said, I'd love to be a part of the makeover. All right, Mama. Very good. Shoot me an email so I have your email address, info@therealmonicaadams.com, and I'll let you know. So there's 3. We've got room for 2 more. Who else would like to be a part of it? I'd love to meet some of you that I've never had a chance to meet before. That morning, you'll come at 7:30. The show starts at 8 a.m. And then you just have to make sure that you're available to go in the week before so they can grab 2 outfits for you. So Mama D, Jenny Gabriel, Sally Drake, we've got 3. We've got room for 2 more. Kristen, thanks for helping make 2025 real and amazing. You're welcome. Stephanie, have a happy new year. See you next year. Yes, we have a Foodie Friday show, and it's going to have to do with healthy recipes that you might normally be like, I don't know, that might not be too healthy. I'm going to tell you how to make them a little healthier. And as you try to stick to your New Year's resolutions, maybe some things that you can change out a little bit. So that's coming up for you on Friday, a Foodie Friday brought to you by our friends at Slyman Brothers. We just love these partnerships. All right, everybody, I love you so much. Thank you so much for being a part of the shows over the last almost 3 years. I want you all to have a very safe and a happy new year, whatever you're doing. Again, the majority of the people polled in this country say they're chilling with Netflix on New Year's Eve. They're not venturing out. If you are, please be safe. Designate a driver. We want you to be back with us so we can continue to inspire day after day. Happy New Year. I'll see you on Friday for a little Foodie Friday and some great shows lined up for next week. Jenny Gabriel with our Menopause Monday. On Tuesday, Sweat for Impact. What's that all about? Corey Lewis will join us. And my cousin, Jim's cousin, cousin from Alabama, Kim Pruitt. She joins me on Wednesday. These are live shows for you in 2026. Excited to introduce you to Kim. And for all of you teachers in the education system, you don't want to miss this. She has a 37-year journey in education. It is the youth leadership program that she started in Birmingham, Alabama, that anyone can do. We'll also talk about the philanthropic arm, RISE. All of that coming up for you next week. Until then, God bless, and remember to be kind.